Okay, let's talk about something that gives every crypto holder nightmares. What if you could use your Bitcoin in DeFi without that constant fear of getting liquidated when the market crashes? Well, today we're going to look at a protocol that has this built-in financial shield designed to do exactly that. Seriously, if you've ever stressed about your collateral, you are going to want to see how this works.
Right? This is the big one. This is the question that keeps every single DeFi borrower up at night. You've put up your super valuable Bitcoin as collateral. But then what happens when the market just takes a massive nosedive? For most protocols out there, the answer is, well, it's swift and it is painful. So let's just start by breaking down this nightmare scenario, really. It's a super high stakes problem that DeFi borrowers are facing every single day. It's a risk that's just baked right into the system of so many lending protocols.
And this right here, this is the dreaded liquidation spiral. So the market price crashes, right, and the value of your collateral just plummets. It drops below that critical line. The protocol's code, it doesn't care about your feelings. It just automatically force sells your assets to cover the loan, and usually at a huge loss. And just like that, poof, your Bitcoin is gone.
But what if a protocol was designed from the ground up to stop this exact nightmare scenario from ever happening? Well, that is the promise of BeL2. It's a system with a totally new kind of defense. The core idea here is actually pretty simple, but it's super powerful. You lock up your Bitcoin as collateral, and in return, you get to mint a stablecoin called BTCD. But here's the key difference. This protocol has a built-in defense mechanism, a shield, if you will, and it's designed specifically to protect that Bitcoin you put up. Okay, so how does this shield actually work? The secret is a mechanism that, well, it functions almost exactly like an insurance policy. A small, predictable cost up front that buys you a massive amount of peace of mind. All right, so when you mint that BTCD, you're paying a 7% annual interest. But here's the cool part. Here's how it's broken down. 6% of that is just the standard borrowing cost. Pretty normal. But that extra 1%, that's the special sauce. It's used to fund the entire protection system. Yep, this is the key to the whole thing. Just 1%. This tiny little fraction is automatically used as the insurance premium for your collateral. It's what powers the entire protective shield. So how does this insurance actually, function? What does it do? Well, the protocol takes that 1% premium and automatically buys a really powerful financial tool called a put option. And this is the secret weapon. So what on earth is a put option? Think of it like a contract that locks in a future selling price. It gives you the right, but not the obligation, to sell your asset, in our case Bitcoin, at a specific price, no matter how low the market price actually drops. It is the ultimate safety net. Okay, let's walk through a practical example to make this super clear. Let's say Bitcoin is trading at a nice, round $100,000. The protocol takes your 1% premium and buys a 3-month put option, and the strike price on that option is $40,000. Now, what this means is that for the next 3 months, the protocol has the right to sell that Bitcoin for $40,000 no matter what the market price does. All right, now let's really put this system to the test. The ultimate test. We're not talking about some small dip here. We're talking about a black swan event, a sudden catastrophic market crash that absolutely nobody saw coming. So the scene is set. Panic is everywhere. The market is in total free fall. And the price of Bitcoin, well, it's dropping like a rock. This is the exact moment where all those traditional protocols would start hammering the liquidation button. And the scale of this crash is it's immense. Bitcoin's price collapses from our starting point of $100,000 all the way down to just $30,000. Ouch. In pretty much any other protocol, a drop this big would mean your collateral is already long gone. And here it is, the big result. In a traditional protocol, your collateral is liquidated, gone. But with BeL2, it's still there. It's completely protected. The system held strong right when it mattered most. So how did it pull that off? Well, remember that put option we talked about? The strike price was set at $40,000. So even though the market price has tanked to just $30,000, the protocol can exercise its right to sell at that much higher locked-in price. And this is the magic number. By selling at $40,000 when the market price is $30,000, the protocol actually generates a $10,000 profit for every single Bitcoin that's covered by the option. And this profit, it doesn't just go into some dev's pocket. No, it serves a very, very specific purpose. That profit acts like a financial cushion, a buffer.
It's automatically used to absorb the protocol's own losses from the market crash. And because the system can cover its own losses, there's no need to sell your collateral. Your assets are totally safe.
So, okay, stepping back for a second, what does a system like this mean for the bigger picture, for all of decentralized finance? Well, it represents a pretty significant step forward in how we manage risk. So let's just recap the key takeaways here. The whole thing is automated by smart contracts. It's totally transparent on a DEX. It provides some serious, robust security against even those crazy black swan events. But maybe most importantly, it gives users like you and me genuine peace of mind, which, let's be honest, is pretty much priceless in DeFi.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really important question. By taking a classic financial tool and using it to solve one of DeFi's oldest, most nagging problems, does this kind of automatic protection set a whole new standard for security in the space? It's a really powerful idea to think about. Thanks for tuning in to this explainer.